Match number one, Tommy Moracco Jr. versus Adam Wakelee to get us started here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes, week number 3, our first ever trip for Beat the Champ here to this bowling center. Always exciting for us to come to new places, and certainly a place with a very prominent name on the side of the building in Doug Kent. We had a chance to talk to Doug a couple of weeks ago, but always pretty cool to be at a place of a PBA Hall of Famer, and Adam Wakelee would love to get there someday too, and he will get us started with a strike.
What a beautiful way to get out of the gate. No nerves.
17 years old is Adam Wakelee, a high school student, and that's an impressive start. And now the 29-year-old from Waterloo, New York, Tommy Moracco Jr. And a little nudge of the 10 gives us a strike. Scoring and stats powered by Leo's Pizzeria. Experience the Leo's difference. Waterloo, New York, where Tommy Moracco Jr. is from, about a half an hour east of here in Newark, New York. So as you can hear, he's got some friends and family cheering him on here. Machine shop owner in Waterloo, New York is the profession for Tommy Moracco Jr. Stays busy in this sport by bowling in 3 leagues a week.
I want to comment on his setup. If you see the way he puts his hand in the ball and see how he holds it off to the side like that? That's rather unusual. You normally don't have, that's not really a normal setup, but normally that would be done to keep your hand under the ball. It has to do with how he wants his ball to come out of the ball. So it was mostly probably put in place to correct something, but that is kind of an unusual starting point, and it's to control how he releases it.
Interesting. All right, 17-year-old Adam Wakelee is from Farmington, New York. Again, not far from where we are here. In case you're wondering, we are in Newark, New York, which is 36 miles from downtown Rochester, New York, and about 100 miles from where we were last month in the Buffalo suburb of Tonawanda, New York.
Creates a nice rev rate all on his own. He's a traditional bowler, but he has really nice rev rate.
Yeah, 232 average in 3 leagues that he bowls in every week for Adam Wakelee. And he's been on the brink of making, this is his first appearance on our show, but he was the first alternate to one of our shows at ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester. So he has attempted to make the show a few times before as he tries to elevate his game, and it's hard to elevate beyond 3 frames and 3 strikes.
Yeah, he's got a little room out there. He creates, self-created, of course, just his role and his execution.
So already Adam is making an early statement that Tommy Moracco Jr. will have to respond to. A little bit of familiarity here with Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes for Tommy. He bowled here during road matches when he was in high school. Waterloo High School is where he bowled on the high school team, and they were coming here to Newark to take on the teams here, was part of their regular travel. So he's a little familiar with the wood lanes and the house shot that we're bowling on here at Rose Bowl Lanes. Does that help a lot? I mean, that's always, it's a question I ask a lot of bowlers. Hey, are you familiar with this place? Have you bowled here before? If the answer is yes or no, how much does that help? Or how much, if the answer is no, do you need time to get familiar?
I think the only time the answer would be no would be if there was a different kind of condition put out. Like on a house condition, I think it would be, I'm not going to say an advantage, but a comfort level, something that gives you a little confidence and that you kind of have an idea of what ball you're going to throw and how the lanes are going to react. If you put a different shot down like we do sometimes for the tournaments, it would be it would negate whatever you know about the house.
Oh,
Wow.
a spin around the 10 ends the strike run for Adam Wakelee. Tough break.
And that looked good all the way down. That looked good where at the break point, just rung that 6 around the 10.
I mentioned 3 leagues a week for Adam Wakelee. He's got 5 career 300s and a high 817 series. And that's a spare in the 4th frame for Adam. He's got some familiarity here with Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. Bowls here during some of the summer leagues. So you got 2 guys that are not unfamiliar with what the challenges of this bowling center presents.
5-step approach and kind of a high backswing, but he's so perfectly in line, so perfectly balanced. You're not going to find you're not going to find much better of a game than that.
Boy, that is, you'd show that to kids you coach, right, for what's the proper form. Like, it's not far from that.
Yeah, I think you'd see any slow-mo on tour, you wouldn't see anything much different.
I think he slipped a little bit on his release, but guess what? Didn't matter. So 4 strikes in the first 5 frames for Adam Wakelee, and now all of a sudden, as he hits frame 5, Tommy Moracco Jr. knows he's got some work to do already.
Playing the lanes very differently. And that just goes to tell you, you repeat, you can play where you want to play.
Boy, that looked good almost the whole way. Again, just the 10-pin would not go down. So when you talk about the approach there with the ball, like would normally you see the hand under the ball, right? To complete that motion of carrying through. So that's what's different as you notice as he'll turn his hand here.
Yeah, his setup is just totally to the side. And that controls where your wrist is going to end up. I mean, he doesn't want a lot on the ball. The way he plays from the corner, he's really he doesn't want the ball to overreact on him. So he doesn't want the ball to do much. And your setup is a different way of controlling how your hand, where your hand is at the when you release the ball. Because if it's in that spot, you can't get it back to a certain spot. I mean, once you're in that spot, you're in a vulnerable position. You're not going to get back underneath the ball again.
A little bit of a re-rack there for Tommy before he gets set to go on the 6th frame. There's no one way to do this, is there? We talk an awful lot about that. There are different ways to do it, but there's no one way to do it. And as you've said to me before, whichever way you choose to do it, just be consistent in that.
Right. That was probably created from some mistake he was making. And, there's times that I change that position also.
And once again, the 10-pin will hang up for Tommy. It's not like he's not turning his hand on his release. So really, it's just the starting position.
It's more of a lift. If you watch when we see Adam bowl, we're going to see him lift and turn. And you can't get that lift if your fingers are to the side of the ball like that.
All right, we get our first time out here. We'll come on back and continue with match number 1, Wakelee and Moracco. 6th frame now for Adam Wakelee. Great story from Adam and talking to him in warm-ups. Didn't even know. Now, we mentioned he almost made the show at ABC Gates Bowl earlier in season 1. Didn't even know the qualifying was going on here. Didn't find out about it until the afternoon of the qualifying. Scrambled here, made the last qualifying session, and winds up on the show.
Those make the best stories.
Yes, they do.
You don't have time to really talk yourself out of it.
Or think about anything, right? Just show up and bowl. And it's the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, back towards the city of Rochester, where we'll be next week, starting in 2 weeks, when we get to the penultimate host center of season number 2. Only 2 more host centers left on the show before we wrap up season 2 with the Beat the Champ Invitational. 7th frame. And again, fun for us to get out here to see some of the great bowlers from the Rochester area. If you're not familiar, about an hour or so east of Buffalo, which is where most of our host centers reside. You liked or didn't like something there?
That was beautiful.
Oh, there you go.
It's absolutely beautiful. I could just watch that all day. I mean, when you want to see something done right, that's it.
It is a very classic form. Seventh frame now for Tommy Moracco Jr. Being pushed hard by the 17-year-old Adam Wakelee. And the bump of the 7 gets Tommy a strike. Good pin action here. Not a hard hit, but enough of a hit to get that 7 out of the way.
I want to ask Tommy if he was a pitcher. I feel like
that's
it's possible
very good.
that he's
sometimes
been a pitcher.
that
it
affects,
absolutely does.
Right?
It absolutely does.
And this time he can't get the bump of the 7.
Liz Johnson was actually a pitcher in high school.
A softball pitcher, so she had to overcome that motion a little bit, right?
The swing actually goes together. I mean, pitchers do make good bowlers.
Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the softball motion is much more aligned with the bowling with bowling than anything else. Another 1-pin spare opportunity, and when Tommy turns and walks away, you know he likes it, and it's always good. We haven't had an open frame in this match yet, and that's a credit to these 2 bowlers. Adam Wakelee had his first 300 at age 14. All right, so you know I'm going to ask you, when was your first 300?
Much older than that, but I didn't start bowling
That's
until
true.
much later.
You've told me that.
So I was about 23.
Could you imagine being 14 years old and bowling a 300?
These kids do it all the time. This is a ball change here for him.
No, on the 10-pin.
That was a little late. That ball went a little long. It broke a little late. Got to the pocket, but it was late. I don't know if he's going to love that.
Boy, you could see the 1-pin wedged against the 10.
That would have been a great place to have a strike, too. I mean, he 2-4-5'd on the last shot, so obviously he didn't feel like that was recoverable. But he just struck in the second, so he struck once in that lane.
All right, needs the spare here in the 8th frame, and he gets it.
Yeah, he has to finish on that lane, so I think he's was trying to figure something out. I don't know how he feels about that shot right there.
So really, the only difference right now is 1 extra strike by Wakelee. Other than that, these guys have been even.
Yep, just 11 pins. So he's staying with this ball in the left lane.
Well, that's a very high-level adjustment for a young bowler like that.
Yeah. Means you know your stuff.
And it works.
It's a good place to put up a strike, though. That builder frame in the 9th.
All right, so now Tommy Moracco will get a chance to finish out here. Both of these guys are first-time bowlers here on Beat the Champ, and they will advance to face a second-time bowler here on Beat the Champ in the next opponent, Nolan Caswell.
Yeah!
That looked good the whole way.
It's interesting because this ball never jumps on him. I mean, all 9 frames that he's thrown it off the gutter like that. The ball never jumps. It's just a matter as to whether it's going to hit hard enough to take out a corner pin.
So Adam looks on and wonders what he's going to need to do in the 10th frame. That will be decided by what Tommy does. In the 10th frame, it's a strike.
That was even a better shot right there.
All right, so now Tommy can set the tone here with what he does on these next 2 shots.
If he strikes here, he'll force Adam to strike in his first shot. Ooh, that was, wow,
got it.
That was in, and it just sat there. He's got a little room.
3 in a row at the most important time in the 9th and 10th frames for Tommy Moracco Jr. You see the reactions from both guys. Not much on either side.
Well, now he's by nature of choosing where Adam has to finish, he has put Adam on a lane where he's not confident and he has to strike on it. So that's what Adam's facing when he gets up on lane 24, is he just doesn't have a lot of confidence on that lane based on what he's seen.
All right, final shot of the match for Tommy Moracco. He has gotten hot at the most important time. Now he rings the 10, but it still means a 227 for Tommy Moracco. So Adam Wakelee needs strike 9 spare at minimum to win. 2 strikes,
He needs the first
clinches
one,
it,
and he's
but he's
staying.
got to have the first one.
He's staying with the ball change.
Because we've seen him use more of that greenish ball on the other lane.
Yep.
All right, so Tommy can do nothing but look and watch and wait. Adam's got to have a strike.
Wow.
And he got it.
Give that young man some credit. He had to make an adjustment off that last shot. Huh?
All right, so second shot of the 10th frame for Adam Wakelee. A strike here, and he's your winner. A spare, a 9 and a spare, he's your winner. Anything less than that, and it's Tommy Moracco.
8 spare is a tie.
8 spare is a tie.
That was in. That was in.
All right, there's the 9 part.
Whew. He did not get that out to his target. That was definitely inside the target.
All
and
right.
He's smiling.
So he makes this spare, he wins, he misses it, we're tied.
Right. He cannot lose in this shot no matter what.
What a clutch 10th. Both guys, incredible clutch 10th frames. A great match to get us off and rolling here on week 3 at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. Nobody would be more proud of the high-level bowling being shown here than Doug Kent.
That's right.
We'll go ask him. We'll find him in the bar and ask him. And there's your win. Adam Wakelee pushed to the end. It's a 228-227 win.